Ashes before dust. That was Jack London's credo. His stories were mostly about people from the North Country, the Yukon, the Klondike, and Alaska. His credo captures the spirit of these people. People headed far north to find adventure, to find their fortunes, to start their new futures, or to escape their pasts. My name is Sean Edmondson. In the early 1970s, my family also went north. We drove up the rugged Alcan Highway in an old Ford Bronco. We settled down in a little log cabin outside of Fairbanks, Alaska, that had neither electricity nor running water, and that's how I was raised. That was nearly 40 years ago, and I wanted to go back to rediscover the North Country and the people that lived there. So my friend Dan Galliher and I decided that we would ride our BMW enduro motorcycles more than 5,000 miles from Seattle to the Arctic Circle and back. We wanted to discover the North Country by traveling the back roads to some of the most remote places in the region. Places like Telegraph Creek in British Columbia, Dawson City in the Yukon, and Chicken, Alaska. But we didn't just want to see the landscape. We wanted to meet the people, to hear their stories, to understand their lives. The people that live in the North Country are unique. There's something special about them. So I decided that we would meet as many of them as possible along the way and ask them some of life's most important questions. Questions like, what makes you happy? What do you regret? What would you have done differently? I wanted to know if they too would rather be ashes than dust. I'd never ridden my motorcycle on a trip more than a few hundred miles, and this trip would require us to ride thousands of miles on some of the most challenging and remote roads in North America. I needed some advice. So before leaving Seattle, I met up with a couple of riders who had made the same trip to find out what we were in for.
David Peterson, and I run Best Rest Products, which is an adventure motorcycle manufacturing and distribution company.
I'm Steve Irby. I'm a sales manager for Catholic Cemeteries in Seattle.
Went all the way to Prudhoe Bay. Well, Dead Horse, I didn't go to the bay and put my feet in the water. It was 32 degrees and freezing fog the day we showed up, and that was July 4th weekend.
And I drove from Seattle area to Arctic Circle and back to Dawson, Yukon Territory, and then back to Skagway. And then I rode the motorcycle onto the Alaska ferry boat, where I parked the motorcycle in the hold and camped on the deck in my tent 4 days back to Bellingham. Adventure motorcycle touring is being able to go places where a street bike, highway-oriented motorcycle really wasn't designed to go.
Well, if we wanted to be comfortable, we'd have taken a car. The reason that we ride to Alaska is we want some adventure.
The back country, the back roads of this country and around the world actually are out there, and you need an adventure style motorcycle to explore them with, really. One that's designed with the suspension and accessories to deal with the rough roads and the ability to carry a lot of gear that you might need for camping and so on. Really a purpose-oriented motorcycle. But
we want to push ourselves as men or as motorcyclists to go beyond the normal bounds. It was physically and emotionally and mentally challenging. There were long days in the saddle. I mean, hours and hours and hours in the saddle. You had to overcome the physical challenges, the aches, the pains. You had to push on even when you wanted to stop. And as you conditioned yourself to that, you kind of get your second wind, and you look forward to it the next day. And it becomes what you do. And for 2 weeks, that's what you do. You get up in the morning and you get your gear on and you get your bike loaded and you head off and you ride all day long. Is it logical? Not necessarily. Is it fun? Not always. But there is a satisfaction that you get from challenging yourself and setting a goal and getting there and looking back at the good times and the tough times, and later on in years, after the ride, wow, I did that. That was pretty good. The changing road conditions, you go from pavement to gravel to pavement to gravel to really soft gravel to mud. You have to be, able to handle the different conditions. Just being broken down by the side of the road here in the States is no big deal. But being broken down by the side of the road 100 miles north of Fairbanks, it can be a life-threatening situation because of wildlife or because of weather conditions. Bears were interesting. Saw most of those in Canada, and they were so thick at some points that I didn't even want to stop because there are just too many bears. It just wasn't worth the stop. Riding to Alaska put things in a different perspective. You get primed by riding through British Columbia and the Yukon. I mean, it's a long way from here to there. It's a long way across those two provinces. And then you finally get across the border into Alaska, and you get past Tok and you start getting out into the McKenzie Valley, I think it's called, and you're just gobsmacked by the sheer immensity of everything. It's just huge. I was not expecting the magnitude of the panorama and the distances and just how big things are up there. The glaciers, the mountains, the rivers. The forests aren't tall, but they stretch on forever. And it's a big place. Towns aren't every 50 miles. They're every 250 miles. It might be gas along the way, maybe not. But everything is big up there. It's stretched out, it's expanded. I mean, you look at the map of Alaska, and this thing is huge. You have no concept of just how big that state is. And we travel, thousands of miles up there, and when you look at the map where we went, I mean, we just touched on the state. Stretch a bit. Go beyond the easy trips and take a little major adventure, and do it on a motorcycle if you can. It's a great way to meet people. In a car, you're just in a cage. But on the motorcycle, when you stop for gas or stop at a store, you're approachable. People see your sticker, your license plate. They're all curious about where you're from, and you can meet a lot of people on the road traveling on a motorcycle. So we've got some pretty interesting wonders in this world and in our country, and it's worth seeing. I mean, it's real easy to dream about going places, but you have to realize that dream and get on the road.
Time to get on the road. So let's see. Treacherous road conditions, unpredictable weather, and the only roadside assistance is provided by grizzly bears. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intimidated. But we were about as prepared as we could be. Dan and I finished our last-minute packing of our camping, motorcycle, and camera equipment. Saying goodbye to my wife and my boys was difficult. Jack London's tales make adventure sound romantic and noble, but I never heard him say anything about balancing the risk of adventure with responsibility and obligation. Those thoughts will be rattling around in my head for the next few thousand miles. Finally, we hit the road. We had no specific plans other than to make it to the Arctic Circle and to meet a lot of people along the way.
Traveled them Great Plains stretched out on a flatbed. Broke down in Cheyenne with a thumb in the sky. I stole into the night. Never had much use for them things that tie down to ashes before dust, before my body starts giving up. Rather burn than turn to rust. Give me ashes before dust.
We crossed the Canadian border and headed up the scenic Sea-to-Sky Highway. Just outside of Whistler, British Columbia, a motorcyclist pulled up next to us and invited us up to his house. He said he had gas, coffee, and stories to tell, which was good enough for us. So we followed him up winding roads to his house overlooking the mountains.
Well, my name's Harry Measure, and I'm an architect and a planner, and I design resorts, golf resorts, ski resorts, spa resorts, eco resorts, and I've been working all over the world since 1976. I can't work for anybody, so I have to be my own boss. And that's a good thing, but you do live and die by your own sword. So you got to be careful. The good thing is, every day I wake up, the enthusiasm's still there from the first day I graduated from college. So if you love what you do, that's a blessing.
What makes you happy?
Oh, that varies. Getting on the bike, obviously. Getting on the bike with a fishing rod, even more. My work. Sometimes even my family and teenage kids. Don't stress about the future. Learn how to adapt to a changing world. And also take a bit out of each day. There's nothing worse than looking back saying, I blew my existence by not doing a bit each day that I enjoy. I think of people that are looking forward to retiring. That's when they're going to learn to golf. That's when they're going to do this. What happens is they get there and they look back and say, I blew it. It's not a dress rehearsal, as we've heard before. Keep the enthusiasm up and keep learning. And, really respect other people. Those are sort of three things that can take you a long way in life. When you get to Alaska, a lot of guys have to be there because they're running from the law.
Yeah, that's true.
It really is.
Yeah.
I was up there 19 times working in Girdwood at the ski hill, Alyeska. Fuck. There's some doozies up there. A lot of fun, mind you. But I've ridden all over the world, like Argentina, India.
It's the best you've seen anywhere.
Yeah, it's as good as anything, put it that way.
Harry's ridden his motorcycle all over the world, but he insisted that one of the most beautiful rides anywhere was just a couple hours north of his house, just outside of a small town called Darcy. It was called the Highline Road. Harry and his neighbor Daniel pulled out their maps and showed us how to get there. They insisted that we go. And just like that, we were headed to Darcy. Crossing a set of railroad tracks just outside of Darcy, I got a flat tire. After a quick tire change, thanks to the equipment provided by David Peterson and Best Rest Products back in Seattle, we were back on the road and headed into Darcy. Darcy is a tiny community on the shore of Anderson Lake. Near the boat launch, there was a little hot dog stand where the local characters gather to drink beers and tell stories. And that's where we met Stacy.
Today, this guy comes up, he's like, "Are you the local Chamber of Commerce?" I'm like, "Well, I guess so." You might have 20 or 30 people hanging around here at a time.
Really?
With beers in their hands, whatever.
Nice.
There's no police really in this town. Because you know what? The funniest shit happens here. People from UK, people from Zurich last weekend. Yeah, that's Noah. Hank's his nickname. Totally exited the corporate finance world. I still do it online. It's a deep, dark world for a young lady. And you're put on the line many times to test your ethics. And fortunately, I passed my own test with flying colors and said enough is enough. Get out. I always wanted to live on a lake ever since I was young, and I was fortunate that most of my teenage years I did live on a lake that was very similar to this in size and characteristics, and I just put it in my heart and my head, and I said I'm going to go back there again because I went through some really dark times and went, how am I going to get my head out of this? I got to think of something happy. And it was like barefoot as a kid on the lake. And guess what? I'm back to being a kid on the lake. Here I can do what I want to do, you know, balance it all, and still have quality of life and a life I can afford. I found it. I'm where I'm supposed to be. It's been fun. Like, I get a laugh every single... Well, look, something's gonna go down.
Always something.
It's gotta go in my diary.
What's the...
Go home, have a beer.
No, I'm gonna stay here and have a beer. How's that sound?
Pulls a beer out of his pocket.
Welcome to my neighborhood.
We're allowed to drink here as long as there's no cops around.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are from Seattle? Right on.
Okay, Richie.
You live around here?
Oh, do you want hot sauce in here?
Sure. Second house over?
Yeah.
Oh, actually.
Dump over there.
Tools.
My place?
Yeah.
I bought the place.
Tools.
And I'm letting it watch it. I'm watching it
there's
fall
trouble.
down.
You're just gonna run it into the ground?
Oh, fuck.
This
What
guy
the hell?
Ron coming up is
Not
probably
gonna
one of the
live
most
long.
interesting hippies
Fuck.
you'll ever meet. So many stories, travel stories.
Oh, these people, they
You should
have
see his
lots
house.
of Canadian
You gotta
education.
see his house. It is like, chat him up, because his house is the wickedest place.
We hauled that goddamn thing that weighed as much as a whale.
Are you shitting me?
Nope, all the way from that damn railway. You know, I've been coming here since 1964. The second time I came up here to look at this place when it was for sale, there's two cats out in the street beside the house, and they got these huge honking telescopes, right? They're like about this round, and I'm going, what are you guys doing? And they're pointing right up into those alpine fields there. Oh, we're watching the grizzlies.
Whoa.
Oh, well, that's cool, you know?
Nice.
And then we got these letters from, well, how many grizzlies are up there? 47 on this side and 39 on this side or something?
Something like that.
A few years ago, we ran an old Dodge van down there, about an 81 Dodge van. We drove it from Lillooet all the way down there. About 3/4 of the way down, there's no brakes.
Really?
I just had to side drift it into a big bush and hope the damn thing would stop.
Oh, God.
Shit, my knees were knocking together,
Oh,
man.
man.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's really nice. You know, at night, got your loft window open, you can hear the owls, you can hear the wolves howling on the mountain.
Wow.
And sometimes weird sounds that you can't figure out what the hell they are. Lots of cougars. Hey, if you guys want to come take a peek, we've done a lot of,
Yeah, I'd love
work
to.
there. You know, a lot of work on that place.
Yeah. Are you guys on a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and you're riding all the way up there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On this road?
Come on, I'll show you around. That's the old van that we used to trip around in. We bought this thing in 1981 and we used it till about 2 years ago.
Nice.
And then we just retired it here. This was an old Shetland pony shed, so we converted that into a little kitchen with a bedroom and
Wow,
it's
that's
got
pretty
water
cool.
and stuff in there. You want to put this in, please? Just put it over there and then
What do you think, Dan? You're in Darcy.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So the first major project when we got the place was the outhouse. You got to come check the outhouse. Well, I heard it was a work of art.
Wow. That is a shitter. Look at that. Not too shabby.
Yeah, we got lights, the moon lights up.
Oh yeah, skylight. I didn't even see the skylight.
Skylight, take a poop by a full moon.
Very cool.
There's always bear shit all over the bloody deck here.
No way.
We had a bear living in the yard for 2 months in the fall because of all these 15 fruit trees. Eh? They called him Boo Boo. And the guy got really tame. Like, you'd be sitting around the campfire at 10 o'clock at night, he'd clear the fence, come walking up to you, get about 10 feet from you and start making all these noises. Eh? Young guys in their 20s were up there, and we're putting a torch on the roof, right? And they come up the day before, right? And I didn't tell them about Boo Boo the bear. So we're up here in the morning about 11 o'clock, and we start working on the torch on. See that old trailer over there next door?
Yeah.
Well, one of the guys looks at me and he says, "Why's that guy got a bearskin rug laying out the front of his trailer door?" And I look over there, and here's old Boo Boo, right? And he's got his front paws out, he's got his back paws out, and he's just got his head up off the ground about 3 inches, and he's just getting his vitamin D from the sun, right? So I clap my hands about 3 times and I go, "Hey, Boo Boo!" When he gets up, looks over at us, comes walking across the yard, and he sits right down underneath the deck for about half an hour and just watches us. He was so tame, that bear, I couldn't believe it. Look at a crop of opium poppies here.
What?
Yeah, these are right
Really?
from India, these babies. Yeah. So what I do, I come up here in the fall when the bear's living in the yard and I clean up all his shit. 40 mounds in one day into a wheelbarrow, and I compost it with the kitchen waste and leaves and stuff like that. Then I just take it around the plots and I put it all in around the plots, and everything just goes, oh boy, food.
What happens if the bears eat the opium?
Those are opium poppies?
Now that's a good question. This is the first year we've done these, eh? Yeah. Well, you can slit the heads.
Yeah.
And when the juice comes out, you just take a rolling paper and soak the juice in the rolling paper and then roll yourself a joint. You'll have a really good sleep.
Yeah.
That's what that. So you live here permanently, or is this like a?
Yeah, permanently till the day I die.
Nice.
I build log houses. Or log, anything associated with logs. My stepsister, she lives in Colorado. She's hot. Well, you can because there's no blood relations, but she's totally hot. So I tried to bond with her, but now she just wants to be my sister. Occasionally, I had a bear. There's occasional bear fucking drinking and smoking, I guess. I don't know. And I like high mountain sledding. Oh, here comes my cat.
Your cat?
Or
So
my neighbor's cat, but go on. What else can I tell you about Canada?
well, that's true.
Canada is great.
So tell me, what makes you happy?
Liquor, women. Liquor, women. Okay. Oh, snowmobiles. I forgot about snowmobiles.
Snowmobiles are pretty fun.
Well, they make me depressed too when they blow up. The fucking machine. Alright, I don't want to get into it, but
You got a problem with a snowmobile?
I have a snowmobile, which is a problem snowmobile. It
Alright.
loves cameras.
Yeah.
He's afraid of this microphone, I think. It looks a little bit
Cameras.
like a...
Noah, what the hell?
What did that thing do? What did it do?
The people of Darcy were a trip. They wanted us to stay and hang out longer, but we were anxious to get back on the road before dark. The Highline Road that Harry Measure spoke so highly of in Whistler rises 1,000 feet above two gorgeous lakes, Lake Anderson and Lake Seton. We were a little nervous about this road. We heard different stories about how difficult it was. Some said it was no problem, and others thought it was crazy to ride motorcycles on it. The Highline Road just clings to the cliff. But despite what we'd heard, the only real danger was driving off the cliff because we couldn't take our eyes off the amazing views. Harry was right to send us this way. left Darcy late in the day, so we made camp on top of the cliff overlooking the lakes below. There was so much fresh bear shit, we had a hard time finding a clean place to set up our tents. Dan thought this would be a great time to tell me a bear story.
Last summer we were, me and some friends from New Mexico were staying in Crested Butte, dirt biking. And one night we had one or two other guys stay with us, so I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna sleep in the back of my truck. I wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of a zipper. Like a bag unzipping, and I was like, holy shit, somebody's stealing, you know, one of these guys' stuff out of the back of their truck. And I like sit up in the back of my truck and look out this window, the screen, and I'm like, hey, what the hell are you doing over there? And this thing gets off the back of the truck, walks over, and puts his face right up to my face. It's like, I goddamn near shit my pants. Big, huge brown bear. Not sleeping anymore that night. This fucking bear had unzipped his duffel bag, like, unzipped it, pulled out some clothes, set them down, got out his camelback, unzipped the fucking camelback and got the food out of it. Didn't even puncture the camelback. Professional bear.
Very tidy.
Dan was lucky to be able to make this trip. 6 months earlier, he broke his hip while skiing in Utah, requiring emergency surgery. Neither of us was sure that the new hardware holding him together would survive riding 12 hours a day on rough dirt roads, but so far he seemed to be holding up.
Getting to ride that Highline Trail and finding out about the Highline Trail simply by pulling over to the side of the road to try to figure out where to get gas. I mean, I'm not the kind of person that just talks to anybody, and had I been by myself, that would have never happened, I don't think, because I probably would have just said, oh yeah, dude, I'm fine. Maybe that's the life-changing part of doing a big trip like this, is realizing that you should actually talk to people. I thought Darcy was awesome. I could live there pretty easily. What a crazy place. I mean, I can't remember the last time I met that many characters at once.
We headed farther north to Stewart, British Columbia. Stewart is right on the Alaskan border, just 3 miles from Hyder, Alaska. Riding into Stewart was like riding into Middle Earth. We were surrounded by lush green cliffs and 1,000-foot waterfalls framed by overhanging blue glaciers. We stopped in Stewart to fuel up, grab a beer, and chat with the locals.
What makes you happy?
You?
Me?
No, her.
She makes you happy.
What, me? What?
She makes happy everyone, I think, with her smiles.
Say it.
I what?
And now he said, "Who make you happy? See you? See
I make people happy. Of course I do.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
There.
Work.
Stop.
I drive truck. I love driving truck. That's what makes me happy.
Working.
I drive logging truck. I love working.
How long have you driven a logging truck for?
Logging truck 2 years. Truck for about 4.
Wow, that's fun.
I love driving logging truck. It's fun. Don't take a girl job. Take a boy's job and make better money. Is
that right?
Yes. I was a hairdresser before. I didn't make very good money. I make good money, but you make better money doing a boy's job.
Just 3 miles away from Stewart is Hyder, Alaska. And 16 miles up a dirt road is the Salmon Glacier. The road was a bit treacherous, under heavy construction and crawling with bears.
Turbines in there, power generators, lines over the mountain.
Wow.
But the view at the top was worth it. It's difficult to believe that this is but one of the hundreds of glaciers that fill the Alaska boundary ranges. We carefully retraced our steps back down the mountain. Bear sightings were becoming more and more frequent. Mostly black, but a few grizzlies as well. They seemed pretty oblivious to our presence, but I was keenly aware that that could change at any minute.
We've just left British Columbia. That's British Columbia back there. British Columbia. And we are now entering the Yukon.
When we weren't dodging bears, we were stopping to talk with as many people as possible. Some of their stories were sad, some were inspiring, but all were interesting.
Yeah, we quite appreciate meeting all the odd people along the road. They're five-sided, like they're not your normal people. There's something always a little bit different about every person you meet. They're just a little bit quirky and independent. They don't like to be around a whole lot of other people much like themselves. These are independent spirits, and even the people that came from far away, we noticed that too. Right? They're just a little bit different. Like some of the women especially. The Dutch girl, the Australian lady who crashed her GS or 700 GS and thought her handlebars were all busted up, and so we ended up, Bill and I took the bike off the back of the trailer for her and loosened a few bolts and got her steering wheel and the handlebars straightened back out, and she followed us back to Whitehorse and she was fine. And she was from Australia, went to Seattle and bought a bike. Never been on, which I think she had been on dirt bikes before, but she was kind of talking a bit confused. I think she bumped her head a few times in the crash. And tall girl, Anna Mika or something like that from Holland, thought it'd be kind of interesting to ride a motorcycle in the Arctic, and so she went to Seattle, bought a motorcycle, and because I asked her, I said, how long have you been on the road? Or how long have you been riding bikes? Just 3 weeks. And I said, no, but how long have you been? 3 weeks. So you'd never ridden a bike before? Not much, she said. Came all the way from Holland, bought a bike in Seattle, and drove it up to Inuvik.
Wow.
That's where we met her, the night in Inuvik, eh? What makes me happy? Ride my motorcycle. having the freedom and time now finally, like after the kids are out of the house, kids are going to university, I said as soon as they're done university, that's it, I'm buying a bike, I'm getting back into motorcycling. I'm most proud of having made it to Nuvik and the Canol Road and that Robert Campbell Road. The Canol Road is apparently it's a road that follows the original pipeline from the 40s that brought oil from Northwest Territories to the Alaska Highway pipeline junction. And it's a very narrow road. It's only maybe 10, 15, 20 feet wide at best. It's not very well maintained. And I met, in the 223 kilometers that road is, I met 2 other vehicles. And I had no idea what I was doing. I got on that road at just about 10 after 4 in the afternoon, you know, sunny. And I had no idea. And it took me till 10 o'clock to get out of there. Like I say, the last 30 clicks was in heavy torrential downpour. And I was fearing for my life kind of thing. Like I just thought, if I fall over here, and mosquitoes, like just, you know, I mean, so doing any kind of repair on the side of the road in the wet, I mean, you just get eaten. And then the bears thing too, right? Man, because like say every 100 yards is a big pile of bear shit in the middle of the road, and that if I stop here, like I'm screwed. I'd leave tomorrow again. I'd turn around and just head right back up there. It's just the blast. It's just, you know, I mean, the scenery up there is, when you guys get there, you'll see it. It's just changes every 100 kilometers, like changes like complete. It's not a progressive. It's just like every 100 kilometers. It's like turning page in a National Geographic book. Coming 60 in September, and I've got still got pretty good health. And so now, you know, it's unfortunately, you know, when you're younger, you dedicate all your time and effort and money to your family and your children. 3 days before we left on the trip, we paid off our house. So, you know, there's all these little mile marker accomplishments to do along the way. So, yeah, if you can't enjoy every day and, you know, ride your bike or go hiking or whatever, you know, then what's it all for? Pack for your trip tomorrow and get the hell on the road. Go buy a motorcycle this afternoon and leave tomorrow. Yeah, don't wait.
Tell me your name again.
Pat Ball.
Pat Ball. And what happened to your shoulder? You crashed on your bicycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you haven't been able to work because of that?
Years ago, I lost my eye playing for our great chief. I lost my eye. And it left me disabled.
Disabled? Mm-hmm.
Basically. I want to be back out in the bush. I traveled all over a lot of this country in the mountains. And I'm all crippled up right now and I can't do that. It hurts. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right where we're sitting right now, we're right on a divide of watersheds. We're right on a divide. One river go one way, the other one go the other way. Watersheds.
So before you got hurt, Pat, what did you do? Did you have a job?
Carpenter. Cabinet builder. I built a lot of cabinets all over. Good people. Quaker people. Quaker.
Yeah.
Quaker Nation. And we're all born basically the same way. Abused.
You were abused. Who abused you?
I went back to get rid of the guy, but he was already dead.
How did you feel about that?
Hurt. Just as long as I don't see anybody else abused like that. Doggone it anyway. Just a minute there.
Yeah.
If you could go back 10 years and give yourself some advice, what advice would you give to yourself?
Quit drinking.
Just west of Dawson City, Yukon, we boarded a small ferry and crossed the Yukon River. The ferry dropped us off at the beginning of the top-of-the-world highway. This dirt and gravel road would take us 80 miles west, across the US-Canadian border, and into Alaska.
We are on the top-of-the-world highway. Tomorrow, we're still in Canada. Tomorrow we'll cross over back into the US. We've just been poking around these little dirt roads along the top of the world highway, which is also a dirt road. I think these dirt roads we've been on are the old top of the world highway. And looking for a camp spot. I think we finally found one. It's got a pretty nice view, as you can see. Not too shabby. It is, what time is it, Dan? 11 o'clock, still daylight. The mosquitoes have just discovered us.
Just over the border is a small gold mining town with about 20 permanent residents. When this town was incorporated in 1902, they wanted to name it after the local bird that kept the gold miners fed all winter, the ptarmigan. The problem was, they couldn't agree on the correct spelling. So they settled on calling the town Chicken instead.
Well, we've crossed back into the US over the top of the world highway. We are now in Chicken, Alaska. There's not much here. Population, just a few. Not very many. Like 25, I think. They don't have any facilities. There's no plumbing here. There's no phone service. We're still pretty far out in the middle of nowhere. What brought you out here?
I moved to Alaska to mush sled dogs.
Really?
Yep.
Professionally, or?
No, I mean, I do guide tourists on multi-week backcountry mushing adventures. You can make an argument that it makes it professional, but I run a trap line, and it's my sole mode of transportation in the wintertime. Well, Eagle is home for me, about 100 miles north here, right on the banks of the Yukon River, and I'm in the process, my family and myself are in the process of building a cabin 30 miles downriver on the Yukon.
Right.
So we're shuttling in supplies and getting ready to build a cabin here in just a couple weeks.
And so you have no utilities?
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Completely off the grid.
What's that like?
It's the way we want to live. It's simple, and I wouldn't say it's easy, but it certainly has simplified our lives. We haul water from a creek, even in the wintertime. You know, cut our own firewood, just like a lot of Alaskans. Well, it's a different breed, and I haven't quite put my finger on it. Does living in Alaska make you that way, or do the different people come to Alaska? But it definitely is a different breed of character that lives remote out here anyway. There always seems to be a hint of anti-government, anti-socialness, if you will, to a lot of the people that live off the grid, live remote like I do. And like I said, I'm not sure if living that way makes you that way, or do you choose to live that way because that's the way you are. One day last winter, I was out with my dog team on the trap line, and we came across a piece of bad ice, and it was 55 below 0 Fahrenheit. And all of my dogs ended up swimming for 10 yards, and I got wet up to my waist. Fortunately, we were only 4 miles from a cabin, so in a half hour's time, I was able to dry out and warm up. But that's probably the most dangerous event that's happened to me since I've been in Alaska. What am I most afraid of? Probably not being able to provide for my family. There's a lot of income in this part of the world, so you gotta make your own way. So, trying to raise a family on a very limited budget.
If you could go back 10 years and give yourself some advice, what advice would you give yourself?
Move to Alaska sooner. What makes me happy? Well, going to bed every night knowing that that I'm not indebted to anybody, that I live my life and I'm my girlfriend and myself, and we're totally self-sufficient, and we don't, at the end of the day, we don't owe anybody.
That's nice.
We headed north to Dawson City. In 1896, Dawson was the center of the Klondike Gold Rush. With its dirt streets and boardwalks, Dawson feels like stepping back in time. We parked our bikes and found the Sourdough Saloon. We'd heard about a tradition at the saloon called the sourdough cocktail. Supposedly, a man named the Captain would serve you a shot of whiskey with a severed human toe in it. We found the Captain in the back of the saloon to see what it was all about.
We rotate them because throughout the week or every couple weeks, the one that's in use gets kind of soft, you know, malleable. So we exchange it, put it in fresh salt. Try and keep them fresh. And this is by far the uglier of the two toes. By far. In recognition that Dan Galliher, in the presence of witnesses, drank an authentic sourdough cocktail, thereby following in the wayward, even staggering footsteps of Captain Riverrat, has proven to be a person capable of almost anything. Not nearly as much as you, but almost anything. And is therefore fully entitled to bear this certificate with such rights and privileges as may at any drunken moment be decided upon. Now, Dan, you may drink it fast, you may drink it slow, but your lips must touch this gnarly toe. Enjoy, sir. Seriously, I'd love to
After Dan and I both downed our sourdough cocktails, we headed to the bar where we met two characters named Benny and Eric.
Benny Bowen's ringing the bell. You rock, Benny. Where are you guys from?
Seattle.
Dude, Stairway to Heaven. That's one of the greatest things ever to come out of America of all time is Stairway to Heaven.
It's consistently rated best rock and roll song of all time.
Except for it came out of England.
That's true.
What are you?
Yeah, you're probably right.
No, we didn't get thrown to the casino, we got thrown to the fucking pit.
What's the pit?
And the fucking
pit is the scrangiest, skingiest fucking bar.
And the only
if you
one
get thrown to the pit, then you really fucked up.
Yeah. And then fucking mustache asshole. Fuck mustache asshole, man. Fuck that guy.
You know what? He was a decent guy. He was just doing his job.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck that guy, man. Fuck that guy and his mustache. Fuck that guy.
I agree 100%. Fuck that guy and fuck his mustache.
Fuck that guy, man.
And fuck his mustache.
Some folks say that smoking herb is a crime. If they catch you smoking, they're bound to drop it
From the pavement to Eagle Plains is 385 clicks. 385 clicks of gravel and unadulterated, unbridled beauty, man. You will never see anything like it in your whole life. It's the most beautiful place on earth, man, hands down. But the mosquitoes are right here, man, and they're buzzing 1,000 miles an hour trying to get at you. It's just non-stop. You couldn't even think. It was just an incessant droning in your fucking ears, man. Midnight sun, solstice, June 21st, you're driving up the Dempster Highway and the sun never goes down. You're just chasing the sun all the way up, you know? It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's like nothing on earth. And we stopped on the road and we put out a spotting scope and we saw grizzly bears that were like literally the most beautiful blonde color you've ever seen in your life, man. Just like fantastic. And that whole northern like subarctic plain is teeming with life. Caribou, grizzly bears, wolverines, black bears, sheep, goats. It's indescribable, man. It's indescribable beauty. You look out at the vastness. You look way out in the mountains and you're staring at it and you're thinking to yourself, there's nobody up here. I'm all alone. What makes me happy? Huge, wide, open spaces with no people in them, man. Just being out in the open, man. Being out in this huge, vast, open space where you drive for hours and hours and hours and you never see anybody.
If you could go back 10 years and give yourself some advice, what advice would you give yourself?
Move north sooner, man. Move north sooner. Some of the most class act people you'll ever encounter, man. Just like some of the most amazing people that will do anything for you. Like, no matter what situation you're in or no matter how bad it is, they'll stop and help you out. You know what I mean? People you don't even know. They'll just stop and hook you up. Like,
what's going on, bro?
Woo! Fucking
man. What you guys up to?
Man.
You bet you, man. It's awesome.
I know, I hitchhiked all the way here. Like,
how long did it take you?
3.5 days, me and Sam. I got the map on my wall and everything. It's just like, woo! I made it. I left Yellowknife with nothing, with fucking dead serious.
See lots of grizzlies?
No, I seen lots of black bears and I slept on the side of the road. And when I woke up, there's a cow and a calf moose that woke me up. They walked right over me, like her fucking, yeah, like it was crazy. Like,
yeah.
I was like, well, I kept talking to my grandpa, eh? Grandpa, be with me, make me home, and
just by yourself, eh?
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
My name is Eva Montgomery. I am a bartender and a laundry maid up here, but back home I'm an artist. Happy. A simple romantic life, I would say. I think eventually I'd like to be stable with a nice little cabin, with a career in the arts, and just a family. That to me seems to be happiness in the long run. I don't think I have any regrets. I think anything that I have perhaps regretted at a time has been really hard and probably made me grow the most. So looking back, I can't regret it because it made me who I am today.
If you had $1 million, what would you do with it?
The first ridiculous thing I would do would be rent a grocery store for a day so that I could eat anything I wanted. I know. I've wanted to do that since I was a kid. I don't know why. It just seems like, you know, everything on the shelf is so off limits. As I said, I don't have any regrets, but I would think I would have just taken away some of that stress from myself to know that it's okay to do things my way and not the way you think everyone else wants you to. Last year was my first summer here, and you know, you hear the myths about all the gold digging up here, and I shit you not, guy comes into my bar and lets me hold $250,000 of bricks of gold. And then he's like, these look kind of dirty, let's put them through your dishwasher. So, you know, random Monday, I'm washing bricks of gold through the glass dishwasher. And yeah, that was an interesting moment in my life when I realized, okay, I'm in a place that this never happens anywhere else but here.
Le sourire dans un sac, je m'évade sans faire de bruit. Dehors la nuit nous tue.
Where we were yesterday, the North Slope, man, the North Slope of the Yukon, the farthest place that you can be in the continental North America. Right on the edge, man. Right on the edge of existence, you know what I mean? There's nobody up there. And there's a fucking reason nobody's up there, because it is one horrible, uninhabitable place, man. It's vicious. Mother Nature is a vicious, wicked mistress up there, man. We flew into the North Slope in a really cool airplane, Twin Otter. We landed on the strip. And we thought everything was really cool and the weather was really nice, and we started building the camp and moving lumber and getting everything lined up, and we were expecting a second flight, and the weather started getting really bad, and we're all watching the weather, and the airplane was literally a mile out to the east. Weather's coming in from the west, and it was a race between the weather and the airplane, and the weather won, man. The weather got there before the airplane and it never landed. The single otter, the original single otter, was built in Canada, was a piston-driven aircraft. Yeah. Piston engine. Had a 600 horsepower Pratt & Whitney Wasp radial on it. And it was horrendously underpowered. They ramped that thing up, man, they poured the throttle to it. Whoa! Wow! It is, to me, man, like, as an aficionado of Canadian aviation history, that is the epitome of awesomeness, man. Fucking jacket, dude. Oh.
It sounds like rain hitting your fucking tent at night.
This is our takeoff yesterday. Watch this shit, man. Oh, it's Eddie! It's Eddie Longtoes!
Oh, wicked!
Who's Eddie Longtoes?
Eddie Longman, our partner in crime. Eddie Longtoes is in the house, man. It's good news for all of us.
He's just the most positive person you've ever met in your life.
Like, unlimited positivity, eh?
Like
no matter what the situation, you could be sleeping under a goddamn shit bush in the middle of fucking nowhere, 40 below, and that guy would be like, don't worry, bro, it's gonna be okay in the morning.
That's all good, man. Chopper's coming,
it's
man.
All good.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Everything, you're totally fine.
Unlimited positivity.
Everything
he
is
the
fun.
best man that you could imagine.
You're having the worst day of your life, man. Like, you hate your life. You want to wrap your lips around a fucking Smith & Wesson, man. You're in the shit bush, and Eddie's there. He's my brother.
How are you feeling, Dan?
Like $1 million of debt.
$1 million of debt?
Yeah.
What was last night like?
Oh boy. People around here like to drink.
Yeah. Did you drink a shot of whiskey with a toe in it?
I think I did.
That's not good.
Not exactly sure why.
It's been raining this morning, so the road's probably going to be wet. But it stopped raining. Hopefully it won't be too slippery. Probably wind up staying the night tonight in Eagle Plains. It's about 12:20 and Eagle Plains is the only gas. And we have to stop there and get gas because we won't have enough fuel to go beyond that. And I'm not sure what the hours are for gas and Eagle Plains. But if it's closed, then we'll have to stay the night there.
We left Dawson City and headed 25 miles east to the beginning of the Dempster Highway. The Dempster Highway is one of only 2 roads in North America that crosses the Arctic Circle. The Dempster follows an old dog sled trail nearly 500 miles north past the Arctic Circle and ends at the remote village of Inuvik. It's one of the most remote roads in North America, cutting through millions of acres of uninhabited wilderness. There is no cell phone service. There are no gas stations, there are no homes, and there are no medical services. The nearest hospital is 700 miles away in Fairbanks, Alaska. Medical evacuations are slow and extremely expensive. On the Dempster, you're pretty much on your own. Just as we reached the beginning of the highway, we met 2 gentlemen that were just returning from the Arctic Circle. They stopped to share some advice about the road and about life.
You're in for some mud, you're gonna love it, and you're surely in for some dust. You'll be alright.
Where are you guys from?
England, Ipswich, England. We actually had a grizzly stand up beside us, and that scared the crap out of me.
Where was that?
Yeah, well, he started this whole business, and I thought, oh dear, here we go. But yeah, you see so much wildlife on that, but it just goes on forever, doesn't it? Well, you won't get any roadside assistance. There's nobody want to help you up there. I mean, you must have gone round the bike. If you haven't, you're a fool. But at the end of the day, if you're sensible, you keep going. Another thing that's been done. A little less money for the kids' inheritance.
So what do you do in Ipswich?
I don't. I'm a retired gentleman. I'm 69 years old. I can't tell you what I do, because if I tell you, I'm going to have to shoot you. What makes me happy?
Yeah.
My wife.
Oh, God.
My wife. Do you know why she makes me happy?
Why does she make you happy?
She backs me on everything I do.
It's a good wife.
Can't do no more now, can I? All the stories up there, you want to take notice of none of them. Make your own decisions and just go with your decision. We wouldn't be here now if we'd done everything people told us to do. Well, as you know, you're only here the one time, aren't you? So If you don't get it right this time, you don't get a second chance. You got to get and do it, haven't you? You're only here once, so
that's right.
Let's get and do it. We've all been to the old people's home, whatever, and we've seen the old grannies, the aunties and uncles. They all sit there like this, and they're looking at a dot on the floor. Now they're not thinking of the future, they're thinking of the past. Their memories they are. Now, if you sit beside me in that old person's home, you've got $1 million and I've got $1. Who's got the best standard of living? Neither of us. We're both equal at that time. Spend the money, get out there and do it. Simple.
See you later.
We said our goodbyes and crossed the Klondike River Bridge, putting us on the beginning of the infamous Dempster Highway.
No matter the wind will take you, just as long as you up and go. Don't let that city break you, better get out on the road. 2 lanes of turning highway, on a back road under stars. Just got that voice inside you, stop setting off alarms. It said, what good is the rising sun if you ain't gonna use it none?
The Dempster is uniquely constructed due to the extreme environmental conditions. The surface is a gravel pad anywhere from 3 to 7 feet thick, designed to insulate the permafrost in the soil underneath. Without this insulation, the permafrost would melt and the road would sink into the muck. Trucks spread granular calcium chloride on the road to keep the dust down and to maintain the road surface. But when it gets wet, it turns into a thick, slippery paste that coats everything. The road becomes a nightmare.
So we've come about 100 miles up the Dempster Highway. My bike is pretty nasty. I'm a little concerned about my radiator getting clogged up with that calcium chloride.
Clogged now?
Yeah.
The mosquitoes were relentless. Within seconds, they would swarm us and make their way up inside of our helmets. The only escape was to get back on the bike and ride.
Wind come up cool and mighty through the trees on a broken pass. Go breathe it in, that's freedom. Fill your lungs like it's laughing gas.
And then it started to rain. A lot.
And if you find yourself down some old dirt road, don't know where it's gonna take you, throttle up and go.
Oncoming trucks passed, they created a mud spray that filled the air, completely covering our helmet visors until we were riding blind. It was dangerous to keep going, but impossible to stop. If a truck came barreling around a corner from behind, there'd be little chance that it would see us.
Unfortunately, I just had a mechanical problem. This rear fender's just broken off. And so we're gonna have to disassemble that, otherwise it's going to get caught up in my tire and cause all kinds of problems. We're about 20 miles outside of Eagle Plains. We just stopped to fuel up because it's about 250 miles from where we started on the Dempster Highway, and that exceeds our range by just a few miles. Tonight we'll camp in Eagle Plains. So we made it to Eagle Plains. This is one of the few places you can stop along the way to Inuvik and get gas. The attendant was nice enough to give us the use of his pressure washer to wash the calcium chloride off the bikes. My radiator grill was totally plugged.
Eagle Plains is a remote truck stop just 21 miles south of the Arctic Circle. There's a hotel, a gas station, a cafe, and a helipad. The complex is completely self-contained. Water is hauled in by tanker truck from Eagle River, and power is provided by an electrical generator. We set up our camp on a gravel pad near the complex. Although it was well past midnight, the sun was still well above the horizon. In fact, we were so far north now that the sun would not set here for more than 50 continuous days.
Now he's gone, now don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on the top of the world. I worked all summer.
After we set up our tents, we ran into a German truck mechanic named Rainer.
My name is Rainer. I moved for 11 years from Germany to Canada, and I'm mechanic. I'm in the Arctic working. When we move rigging in the Arctic, I'm there to fix our trucks. Because of the wintertime bad weather conditions, everything breaks and it must be fixed. I have seen in the world a lot of highways, and for me, private, the Dempster Highway is a nice highway for driving. Not from the road, but from the scenery in the world. You drive every 2 minutes, changing scenery. You have everything, you have mountains, rivers, Red River. So things are absolutely fascinating. It's a nice job, it's a hard job. Wintertime 6 months, non-stop working, 7 days a week. Hours, 12, 14, 16, 18 hours. So I work really hard and I play harder. When I have holidays, I have holidays. I don't care about the money in this moment. And enjoy my life, full power. What makes me happy when by work, I have every day here in the Arctic is a truck breaks down. Most of the time you don't have the parts for fixing 100%. But what makes me happy when I find solutions that comes the truck back on the road. When I had a year left to live. Oh, that is a good question. I would say I would sell everything, would take my bike and would go around the world with my bike, everywhere. Places where I was before for holidays and places where I never was. And would enjoy every time in this moment. When it is so, it is so. It can happen now. We speak together and you have a hearing aneurysm or something else and it's done. You never know.
If you could go back 10 years and give yourself advice, what advice would you give yourself?
I'd do the same what I have done.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would exactly do the same. Nothing changed. A lot of people, I think, have fear doing something new or going out of himself. You cannot say, I don't like it, when you haven't done it. Zum Beispiel parachute, bungee jumping. I've done all this stuff. No matter what for fear you have, do it. Enjoy it and do it. In Germany we say, you are born naked, you die naked. You can take nothing with you.
The next morning, we broke camp and made the short trek from Eagle Plains to the Arctic Circle. The Arctic Circle is the parallel of latitude that runs 66 degrees, 33 minutes, and 44 seconds north of the equator. It's the southernmost latitude in the northern hemisphere at which the sun can remain continuously above or below the horizon for 24 hours. There's only a small sign marking the lonely spot where the Dempster Highway crosses the Arctic Circle. It's an imaginary line on top of the globe. There's no one there to greet you. There's no gift shop. There's just miles of empty tundra and a cold wind, even in mid-June. But this was more than just a geographical marker. It served as our finish line for this adventure. The selection of this particular point as our destination was somewhat arbitrary. It's just an imaginary line drawn in the sand. The specific spot wasn't the point. The point was that we drew the line, and that we struggled and fought our way across it. Sometimes we need to set these challenges for ourselves. To point to a mountaintop or a spot on the horizon and say, I wonder what's there. Let's see if we can make it. And then, for the first time in 2,500 miles, we traveled south and began making our way back to Seattle. As we made our way home, I reflected on the people that we'd met along the way. Because we did more than just make it to the Arctic Circle. We made a lot of friends. We met dozens of people along the way. And despite the fact that we were usually filthy and strange and asking lots of personal questions, everyone we met was kind and generous and willing to share their time and their stories. They gave us their gasoline and their food. They invited us into their homes. They helped us repair our motorcycles. They ate and they drank and they laughed with us. They also shared their philosophy with us, their perspectives on life. They might look a little rough around the edges, but these people are philosophers and adventurers, thoughtfully navigating their way through life's journey. They know that our time is short and that it's too precious to be wasted. They take risk, they seize opportunity, and they live on the edge.
Gotta live her right to the top every single day, because who knows what one will be your last. Betcha.
It turns out that Jack London was right about the people from the North Country.
Chase the sunset through.
It'll be online. You can surely find out about my 2005 Skidoo Summit 162 track with the 1000 motor.
Traveled them Great Plains stretched out on a flatbed. Broke down in Cheyenne.
So we are, this is my mosquito net hat. Very attractive, isn't it? Fashionable.
Never had much use for them things that tie down.
I like your documentary idea, man. I think it's cool. I think people need to see more of what's up here.
Before my body starts giving up, rather burn and turn.
How was that? Little toe jam flavor? Little toe.
Come up the pass with the wind blowing heavy. Sit down beneath the reach of the big lonely pine, where the old copper mines been beaten by the sun. Made it to the coast where they got pretty women. They're dancing pool halls with bows in their hair. That seaside air.
Mosquitoes!
Blow. Never held on to what couldn't turn me loose. Ashes before dust, before my body starts giving up. Rather burn than turn to rust. Give me ashes
Hopefully we don't get eaten by bears tonight. Right?
Right. What do you think about America?
Yeah, I don't know about America, but I like Alaska.